Good morning, students. Welcome to the science class. Until now, in this chapter, Reproduction and Modification in Plants, we studied the concept of reproduction. Now, let's go to the second half of the chapter, which is the modification in plants. What is modification? In some plants, roots, stem, and leaves change their shape and structure to perform special functions. This is known as modification. There are three types of modification. They are modification of root, modification of stem, and modification of leaf. Now let's see the modification of root. There are four types. First one is the storage of food, mechanical support, gaseous exchange, and the last one is the sucking root. We will see more about the storage of food. In this storage of food, there are three types: spindle shaped root, top shaped root, and conical shaped root. Spindle shaped root. The taproot of radish is a spindle shaped, swollen in the middle and tapering both the ends. Example, radish. Next one is the top shaped root. The taproot can acquire a shape of top that is spherical at the base and tapering shortly towards the apex. This is called a top shaped root. Example, beetroot. Next one is the conical shaped root. The taproot is broad at the apex and tapering gradually towards the base, and such modified roots are called conical shaped root. Example, carrot. Next one is the mechanical support. They require additional support in the form of root. They are three types. First type is prop root. In banyan tree, roots arise from the horizontal branch of the stem and grow towards the soil. They penetrate it into the soil and act as a pillars. These are called prop roots. Next is stilt root. In sugarcane and maize, roots arise from the nodes in the cluster at the base of the stem. These roots are called stilt root, which give additional support. Example, sugarcane. Next is climbing root. In this, the root arise from the nodes and internodes. These roots help the plant to climb up on support. Example, black pepper and beetle. Next one is gaseous exchange. Roots which are seen above the ground for gaseous exchange. These roots are erect, peg-like structure with numerous pores through which air circulates. These are called breathing roots or pneumatophores. Example, Avicennia. Last one is the roots for other vital functions or sucking roots. These roots are climb on the other trees and penetrate the tissues on the other plants and suck nutrients from them. Example, Cascata. The next type of modification is modification of stem. In this, stems are modified for storing food and for vegetative propagation. They are aerial, subaerial, and underground stem. First one is the aerial modification, phylloclade. Cactus. It has a thick stem which does food production through photosynthesis and leaves are reduced to spines. Next, subaerial modifications. In this, stems present partly aerial and partly underground for the reproduction. There are four types: runners, stolen, sucker, offset. Runners. They creep horizontally on the soil. They are rooted at every node. They give rise to the new plant. Example, Centella vellari. Next one, stolen. Subaerial stems develop from the lower branches of the stem are called stolen. They grow upwards to some distance and then bend towards the ground. Example, wild strawberry. Sucker. Subaerial stems develop from the underground part of the stem called suckers. They are developed from the axillary bud of the underground part of the stem. They grow diagonally upward and directly give rise to the new shoot. Example, chrysanthemum. Next one is the offset. It is a short and thick branch that arises from the axial part of the leaf. It has a thick internode. It produces cluster of small roots. Example, acornia. The last type of modification of stem is underground stem. Here, the whole stem is buried under the ground. It has definite growth. Stem that grows under the ground to store food. These underground stems swell and become thick. There are 4 types of underground stems. First one is rhizome, corm, tuber and bulb. First, rhizome. Rhizome has an underground thick stem with nodes and internodes with scale leaves at the node. They grow horizontally and has a irregular shape. Example, ginger, turmeric. Second one, corm. This underground stem is round shape and flat at the top and bottom. It is a condensed form of rhizome. Example, colocasia. Third one is the tuber. It is an elongated spherical underground stem that stores food. It has many dormant buds known as eyes. If we plant the part of the tuber with bud, it grows into a new plant. Example, potato. The next one is bulb. It is a condensed stem which is disc-like. There are 2 types of leaves, fleshy leaves and scaly leaves. The inner fleshy leaves store food. The upper part of the stem has terminal bud and it is covered by many scaly leaves. Example, garlic and onion. Next one is modification of leaves. Here leaves are modified into different form based on the purpose and environment. First one is spine. In this, a leaf is modified into pointed spine for a defensive purpose and the stem performs photosynthesis. Example, opuntia. Next one is leaf tendrils. When a leaf is modified into a thin, thread-like, wiry coiled structure which helps the plant to climb efficiently. Example, Glorisa superba, Pisum sativum. Next one is phyllodes. Petioles expand to form leaf-like structure. They carry out photosynthesis. Example, Acacia auriculiformis. Traps, plants that grow in nitrogen deficient places. In Nepenthes, the leaves are modified into flask-like structure which is used to attract insects and extract the nitrogen from them. Now see the Nepenthes picture. Let us recall what we have studied in the modification of plants. Modification means structural changes due to functional needs. Modification is classified into modification of roots, stem and leaves. In modification of roots, they divided into 4 types. First one, storage of food, mechanical support, example banyan. Third one, gaseous exchange, example Avicennia. Fourth one, sucking roots, example Cuscata. Next, modification of stem. It has 3 types. They are aerial modification, subaerial modification and underground stem. Aerial modification, phylloclade, example cactus. Subaerial modification has 4 types. Runners, example centella. Next one, stolen, example strawberry. Third one, sucker, example chrysanthemum. Fourth one, offset, example acornia. Underground stem modification. There are 4 types of underground stems. First one, rhizome, example ginger, turmeric. Corm, example colocasia. Third one, tuber, example potato. Fourth one, bulb, example onion and garlic. The last one is the modification of leaf. First one, under this there are 4 types. Spines, example opuntia. Next one, tendrils, example Glorisa superba. Phyllodes, example Acacia. Fourth one, traps, example Nepenthes. Now I have completed Unit 5, Reproduction and Modification in Plants. Students, I hope you all understood the lesson. That's all for today's class. Copy this mind map in your homework notebook. Thank you.